Hello. I'm hoping everyone can hear me. I'm not giving this segment a name because I'm not even sure how often I'm going to be able to do it, but I felt compelled to go live, and since there's no one here, I don't know if anybody can hear me, so I got that going for me. Yeah, can you hear me? I hope you can hear me. This is a new setup that hopefully will work. I decided to come live today because although I read a trilogy a couple of weeks ago, the Governor trilogy by Leslie Richardson, which is another name for Tamara Dollar, and I haven't really found a book that was super compelling. So I've been struggling a little bit, and I needed to go live to tell you that this book right here, the other reason I was able to go live is I don't always have a paperback around, but for this one, I was lucky enough that I did. This is 5 Years Gone by Marie Force, and of course it's backwards because I don't know what I'm doing. This is an unbelievable story. I'm actually not done yet. Doesn't even matter. Although it is a love story, it is so much more than that. This is really a world that will suck you in from the first couple pages and continue to keep you reading and engaged. I don't know if other people have said it before, but I absolutely want to say Marie Force is, and reminded me from the very couple of pages, why she is a masterful storyteller, and this book should be a movie. You get more than just the perspective of the love interest. You really get pulled into the entire world that's crafted and created. Tells a beautiful story with really some world views. And it's not just about two people. It's about two people living inside of everything that's going on around them. They're also two people pulled together by grief. And I think that the way that Marie addresses grief, the way that these two people sort of bond over their grief, I don't just think speaks to me because my husband and I both met amidst of me losing my grandfather and him losing his mom, actually a story that results in the naming of his firm a couple of years later. So I think it's not just that I can relate to the characters, but I really think that the storytelling is just so beautiful, and it really is that. It's a story. It's not just a love story. It is the kind of book that will remind you why you love to read. It's the kind of book that will have you thinking about the story when you put the book down. And I really think that that's why so many people really love reading, is to be told a story. I know I've seen some comments out there that, maybe the book doesn't end the way you want it to, or some of the elements are what you wanted to, but for me, that's not what a great book is. What a great book is that the author tells me a great story, that the characters' actions make sense for who they are and how they're crafted, and so far, this book has done exactly that. I will tell you though, although I'm holding and so grateful for this early copy that the PR company sent me, I am actually reading it on my Kindle Oasis. It is my favorite place to read, although it doesn't necessarily photograph great. It does read great. It is waterproof. It did join me in the tub last night. But again, if you have not picked up a copy of 5 Years Gone by Marie Force, I highly recommend it. Haven't even gotten to the end, and I can tell you it will be a 5-star. It will be a top pick of the year because it is just that good. The multiple points of views, everything going on around. Miss Force does an unbelievable job of letting the reader both become a part of that and really be engrossed in the story as it unfolds. So I want to thank Marie for the great book, one that I'm sure will end up in a major book hangover. So again, I'm not calling this segment anything because I really only think that I'm going to go live like this. This is part of my office at work, by the way. That's a picture of my husband and I on our wedding day 18 years ago. Yes, I had super short hair. But I think that I can only do this when there's a book that really compels me and grabs me and makes me want to say, read the book. I literally wish that I could just say, read the book, and that you would read the book. But obviously, I'm going to need to say more than that. And I will, over time, work to put my thoughts into a more cohesive review. But again, this book, 5 Years Gone, lighting's not so great, it keeps reflecting, by Marie Force, is an absolute must click. I will say that it is so much more than the blurb on the back. The blurb sort of reads like a love triangle. I'm not a love triangle reader. I did hesitate a little bit in picking it up, but I reached out to a friend who assured me that no, this isn't about a woman who's unable to choose who she loves. It is really outstanding. Well done. You feel for the characters. Actually, I would say the emotions in so many cases bleed off the pages. Some additional twists and turns that I don't think the blurb would even sort of give notice to, and those twists and turns speak to the kind of world that I've seen this author craft before, which is just, it's not just about the love interest that she's telling the story of. It's about the other people around that and how the dynamic interacts. And again, really being able to craft a story, build a world, and allow other things to happen that do take place in their lives and will affect them. But how do they deal with that? And in true Marie Force fashion, they deal with it together. Adults really figuring out how to try to make it work, how to be a part of each other's lives. So I'm probably going to stop babbling because I could go on and on and on and on and on, except just to say I am so excited to finish this book. I was literally in the shower thinking about the book, and that's when it occurred to me that, you know what, there's a live function on Instagram and I should just try it. Although I don't always love myself on video, I kind of have to get over that too, right? So anyway, thank you for listening, and I really hope that you will grab this book, whether you grab the paperback copy or the e-copy. Again, I'm fortunate enough to have an early ARC, as you can see from the label, which I will cherish and someday hopefully meet Miss Force and have her sign it for me, because that would be epic. I am going to be nosing my Kindle when I get home. So thanks so much, and I hope everybody has a great Friday.